Hi, it's your Star Goddess. Okay, so I decided to do my question and answers video and answer your questions because I got so many questions, and I was gonna wait till Friday, but I think I'm gonna do it today because I think the questions have stopped. So it's safe to say y'all have gotten your questions in. So I'm gonna go from the list of comments on my video. So I'm gonna put my glasses on and go down the list, y'all. Okay, so the first question that I got was from the Taste of Honey one. She asks, hey goddess, what's your thoughts on mermaids? Have you ever worked with one or them, and what was it like? Mermaids, the only mermaid goddess I'm like really familiar with is Yemaye, and she's an Orisha. And I actually, hold on one second, y'all. I actually had a statue made of her, hand sculpted out of polymer clay, and then there's some glass beads, and then I had my Yemaya beads on her, and she was one of my goddesses, and she is a mermaid. She is the mermaid on the Starbucks. So yes, she's in Africa, Orisha, and she's really pretty. She's the first mermaid goddess, and she's kind of dusty, but yes, her energy is really good. It's very powerful. It's very matronly. It's very seductive. It's very it's good. I love her. And also another version of her is La Sarine. So yes, this is my mermaid goddess, and I have had great experiences working with her. So hope that answers your question. Okay, number two, the question, Lisa Parker, the Goddess Jams. Tell us about your first date. Oh my God, y'all want to hear that story. My first date was the worst date ever. It is what made me who I am today. Because it was so bad that I vowed never to date someone like this person ever again in life. So I had to put up standards and boundaries. Okay, my first date was a guy. He was 1 year older than me. He didn't go to the same school I did. He was gone to a different high school. We met through a mutual friend. I don't know where we met. Where did we meet? I don't remember. At an arcade. I was like going to the Dollar Cinema and arcade with my cousin, and he came up to me and asked me for my phone number. No, that's not how I met. Okay, I'm sorry. I used to work at McDonald's, and he came through the drive-thru and had his friend who was cute ask me for my phone number, which I gave because he was cute and he had a car and it was a nice car. And then he gives the ugly dude in the back seat my number. So he calls me and I'm thinking as the cute guy, and he says, hey, I like you, you're cute. I want to get to know you better. I'm gonna come up to your job later tomorrow and talk to you. I'm like, okay. So I'm you know, I put makeup on, my little McDonald's outfit, and the dude in the back seat, who was not attractive to me, walks in. Oh, that was my homeboy who got your number for me. I hope you don't mind. I'm like, So I was like, well, you know what? He might be nice. Let me give him a chance. You know, at least he was bold enough to try to get my number, you know. So we set up a date. He comes to pick me up because my mom is strict. He comes to pick me up, meets my mom, and he has like a classic car. I wouldn't call it a hoopty. I would call it a classic because it was like, at least it was painted and it was, you know, nothing was wrong with it. So I call it a classic. So my mom gave me 20 bucks in my pocket. She said, just in case, you know, you never know. So we got in the car. We go driving around. He says, oh, are you hungry? You want to get something to eat? And I was like, sure, let's go. So we go to like one of those steakhouse buffets, and he pays, but he's $5 short. So chip in my little money my mom gave me. And then he was like, after we ate, he was like, oh, so you want to go to movies now? I'm like, I thought you ran out of money. He's like, I know. You're not going to pay for it? I'm like, no. You don't. I was like, no, you can just take me home. And so basically, he apologized. Like, he called and apologized and said, okay, let me make it up to you next time. But he never did. Don't worry about it, because I didn't see him no more after that. But so that's kind of set the dirty taste in my mouth of dating broke men, and I could never do it because my first date was such a horrible experience, and I just vowed to never ever have that experience again if I could help it. So okay, thanks for bringing back bad memories. Anyway, I'm just joking, girl. Okay, so next question. Will you ever do cooking videos? I have like 2 or 3 cooking videos. It's under the playlist cooking, and I should do more. You're right. I will be doing more this fall because I'll be doing a lot of cooking this season. So yes, I will be. Next question. Oh, that was from Queen Cupcake 32, by the way. Next question is from Alvuramin. I'm sorry, I can't read some of these names, but it's like Marianne. I love Marianne. Okay. Sorry. Her question is your husband a witch as well? And her second question is, I'm just getting into witchcraft as a 14-year-old. I'm wondering what books I should learn as an introduction to witchcraft. I appreciate your channel. Okay, my husband is not a witch. My husband is old school. My husband, I would just say my husband is spiritually lazy. He doesn't care. He just, as long as he's a good person and he doesn't hurt anybody, no one hurts him, he's just gonna do his thing. You know, he's not very religious. He's not very spiritual. He believes in the law of attraction, and he's more logical than anything. He's a Sagittarius. He does have deeper understanding of certain things, but he's not focused on his spirituality. Let's just say that. Okay. So, and he doesn't mind that I'm a witch. He doesn't care. As long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. Like, he does not object. He doesn't say anything. He's just like, whatever makes you happy, as long as you're happy, keep doing what you're doing. Okay? Which is good for me. Okay. There are a lot of good books to start off on the path of witchcraft. I would suggest, like, if you're just starting off, to start in Wicca, because it's very light. It's very easy to get into. So any type of, I think my first witchcraft book was a Wicca book. It was, I don't remember the name of it, but it was just, I can't remember the name of it. It was just some random Wiccan book that I got, and it had all the spells in it to, you know, I would suggest like a solitary practitioner book that was Wiccan based. I don't know. I can't remember. It's upstairs in my witchy room, and if I remember the name of it, I will like put it in the down bar. Okay, I'm sorry, but like I said, yeah, any type of Wiccan book, or just something really basic. Hoodoo as well. Like Hoodoo or Wicca I would start off with something like that, because they're simple, they're easy. If you're not more for religion, then I would go with Hoodoo, because it's strictly magic and there's no religion involved. There might be honorary deities, but they're not like, you know, it's not a set religion. So if you are like, if you don't want a religion and you just want folk magic, straight up magic, I would go the Hoodoo route. Okay, question. Okay, this is from Pat the Madge Witch. Question, how did you introduce your practice or dark energy to your husband? I didn't, because he doesn't care. We are like total opposites, okay? Like, we're total opposites, which is good, because he's more of that world and I'm more of the spiritual world, and he takes care of that end and I take care of this end. So we don't really talk about stuff like that, and it's probably for the best, because he wouldn't understand it anyways. So he doesn't know about dark energy. If I explained it to him, he would just have a blank look on his face, basically. Just like, okay. Um, I think I surprise him sometimes because yesterday I fixed the refrigerator, which was gonna cost like $400 to get it fixed. I fixed it, y'all. I took a screwdriver and I unscrewed it, and I just did I fixed the refrigerator, and I'm a woman, and I surprise him sometimes. So like when I start talking about dark energy and quantum and physics and stuff like that, he just gets a blank stare and goes away. Okay, so, but he's pretty smart. He's in IT. He works for a very large global company, and he's like a software engineer. So he's super smart on that, and he's book smart, y'all. Okay. Okay. Hope that answered your questions. Okay. Okay. Gates of the Wisdom Tarot asks, is there a particular way you taught your children about your practice? They just sit there and witness it. They ask me questions. I answer them. I teach them alchemy first because that's the basis. Like male, female, dark, light, cause and effect, law of attraction, manifestation. I've taught them all that, and it's so funny when stuff starts to manifest that they have, asked for or have, manifested, because they all have a manifestation journal, both of my kids. When stuff starts to come to them, it's just like they're amazed. Their face lights up. It happened, and they get all excited and they tell me the story even though I was there. Do you remember when I manifested this and then the next day I got it? It's freaky. That's what they do. And it's just so cute to see kids see their own power. Like, it wasn't the fictitious god in the sky. It wasn't me. It was them seeing their own power and manifestation in action. Okay. So that's how I teach them. I let them work with me. When I'm doing my manifestation journal, they do theirs. When I'm doing like meditation, they'll come in there and sit and giggle, but they'll get something out of it. They like meditation music. They come in there when I light my altar. I tell them what each candle is for. They see me do spells. They help me make some of my incense. So they're very involved. I don't force them to do anything. It's at their own will. Okay, my mom is like Christian, and when they go over her house, she'll teach them about God, but they're just like, they'll listen, but out of respect, but that's not their path. Okay. It was so weird. The other day my daughter was looking at a magazine, and there was a watch in the magazine, and the watch said the time 10:09, and when she turned on the page, she looked at my phone and I looked at the computer, and it was 10:09. Isn't that weird? Okay, so she was freaked out about that. She was just like, I said, that's synchronicity. Synchronicity, that means you're at the right place at the right time. You're controlling your own destiny. That's a sign from the universe, baby. And she just gets all freaked out, but she's happy. Okay, hope that answers that question. Okay, Queen Cupcake 32 asks, have you tried knot or cord magic? Where did you find your spells at? A long time ago, when I first started out in magic, yes, I did a knot spell. It was a love spell, y'all. It was a love spell. I did it for my husband, actually, and I don't remember when, but yeah, I did it for our family, to secure our family, our love for each other, all that kind of good stuff. And I think it was from the Spell Bible. Yeah. Okay. Kev Pendry asks, who are your favorite YouTubers to watch? Who do you recommend? I like a lot of YouTubers. Everyone who's commented on here who has a channel, I'm probably subscribed to you already, so just look through the comments. Another one that I like, Oceana December. I like Terrain Hicks, and I'll list them all below. I like Terrain Hicks. I like Okay, so a few more people I subscribe to. Spirit Tree Naima. Of course, Simply Gabriella, Ember Honeyraven, Royal Bloodline, Hecate Rios, the Lady Grave Dancer, Oceana December, the Cauldron Chat series. It's 2 witches that do like a Cauldron Chat series, and I like it. Danu's Dragonfly, The Hidden Self, Houston H. I'm just going down my list, y'all. I'm like Creole Witch, Owl Moon 513, Makalasi, Brenda Crozier, let's see, and just a few more. Old Wolf Moon, Katz Rodriguez, Para Ghoster, let's see, Tattoo Witch, Lunar Wisdom, Oshun Aset Ma'at, and some of these aren't witches. They're, like a lot of these people that I'm subscribed to, not the ones that I named, but some other people, they're not witches. Okay, so I'll try to link some of those below if I remember. If not, just go back and listen to what I said. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just being like so rude. Okay, I'm trying to see where I left off. Okay, how long did it take you to learn tarot? Tips on how to work with the goddess. I'm trying to work with Kali. Any good metaphysical books to read? Okay, that was by Vicky Sweets 75. I taught myself tarot. I started when I was 13. I practiced on my friend's family. I read books. I learned the correct way. I'm self-taught. And okay, tips on how to work with goddesses. Honorary goddesses, taking on their positive traits. Just, like working with the goddess is basically, honoring their traits inside yourself, being more like that goddess. And then she says she's trying to work with Kali. Well, if you're a witch, you shouldn't be trying to work with the goddess. Just work with the goddess, because a lot of times we use words that mean maybe, if, and those aren't words of power. Those aren't words that's going to get you where you need to go. So just say, I'm working with Kali, and you are. Okay, any good spiritual books? Okay, I showed this in one video, but this is a really good book, The Vortex, by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And the Vortex to me is just another name for the darkness, y'all. Okay, so she breaks it down really good. This book is about the law of attraction, getting the perfect mate, getting one, being one, and attracting one. And it's not about just mate, it's about other things, the money, the job, how to build your confidence, in yourself, because a lot of people need to have the confidence before they can do spells and magic. If you don't believe in yourself and you're trying to do a spell, it's not going to work. Okay, so you got to get your confidence up, especially in your manifesting. Okay, next question. Queen Cupcake 32, what was your wedding like? I got married on a yacht. My colors were red and white. My flowers were roses. I got married in February, and it was fun. The garter song, where you take off the garter, was Kanye West, Gold Digger. The flower toss, the bouquet toss, was to some Beyonce song. I think it was Check on It, and from the Pink Panther soundtrack. We got married in 2006, and then our first dance was a Brian McKnight song called Love of My Life, or The Irreplaceable, or something like that. I don't know. It was nice. Okay, so yeah, loved it. Okay, question and answer. Working so hard on manifestation, do you feel you get enough stuff of what you manifest? Yes, I mostly get everything I manifest because I'm very sure of what I want, and there's no there's no maybe about it. And when you're pretty sure of what you want and you can visualize it, it comes to you faster. Sorry, y'all. Hello? will. Okay. Okay, the next question is from Darion Alexander. Basically, this question is how to communicate with spirits or ancestors for more complex answers than just like with a pendulum. They have pendulum mats, pendulum boards that with like numbers and letters on them. You can get a spirit board. You can use tarot cards. You can use oracle cards. You can use a scrying mirror. You can scry for the answers. Okay, as I'm talking about this, I hear a strange noise. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, what? And I'm alone in the house, so freaky. So yes, I would use oracle cards for more complex answers that aren't too complex, but you know, give you the answer that you're looking for. And they're pretty you know, straightforward. Okay, the next question is by Anthony Davis. How would you suggest an empath deal with dark energy? Dark energy is not evil and it's not negative, so it's the same thing as asking how would an empath deal with light energy. You just deal with it, you know. It's not anything negative, so I don't see how it would affect an empath. If you still think dark energy is negative, then maybe you should go like research what dark energy really is. It is what makes up most of the universe, you know. When I keep calling her, when Esther Hicks says the vortex, she means the darkness. Okay, the dark energy. She just uses a different word because, as you can see, there is much confusion because society has brainwashed us so much as to what the word dark really means. Okay, and that's for obvious reasons, to keep you away from it. Okay, Sound is Amazing asks, at what age did you realize you had a gift? I realized I had a gift at 3 years old when I could see and hear things that no one else could. If you go watch my paranormal experience videos, a lot of that stuff that happened to me is when I was very young, and I understood, you know, that I could see and hear into other dimensions or see stuff that other people couldn't, you know, spirits, people that have passed, interdimensional beings. I realized I could create portals just, you know, using my thoughts, and I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And I didn't figure it out until later on, when I was, you know, reading books and they were teaching you how to do astral travel and how to open portals with your mind and how to create servitors and this stuff like that. And I'm like, I was doing that at 3, you know. It was like remembering. So the age that I thought I was special was 3, and I have a photogenic memory, so I knew that nobody else was witnessing this but me. And I didn't think I was crazy. I just like, well, something is wrong with y'all, not me, okay? So that answers all the questions actually, but I wanted to go like more into one of the questions that I kind of like sped by. Where was it? Okay. Like when you're trying to talk to ancestors and spirits and stuff, you have to trust yourself. You're a conduit, a channel. Okay, if you don't trust yourself, then you're not going to get the answers. You know, you're not going to get the communication that you want. You got to open yourself up. You got to believe in yourself. You got to know that you have the power to channel and to communicate. You know, you can't just be sitting there feeling silly about what you're doing. You know, you can't feel silly about your practice, because a lot of witches that, you know, try to do something new, sometimes they feel silly for attempting to do something that they've never done before. Well, just keep doing it until you're super comfortable. You know, if I want to talk to a spirit, I'll just start talking, you know, and I will get the answer back. You know, I'm a channeler, but I was like, the other day I could talk to my friend who had passed over, and sure enough, I would get signs, synchronicities, and things to show me that they were communicating with me. Like, and you know, they're still funny. They still have their sense of humor on the other side. It's no different. And so you just have to be comfortable. You just have to act like you're just talking to your friend or whoever. You can't be like all uptight and you're nervous and feel silly about what you're doing. You got to really get into that, okay? Like really believe it. All right. So yeah. Okay, so that concludes my question answer. Thank you guys for asking those questions, and I'm happy to answer them for you. If there was something that you want me to expound upon that you don't think I answered, you know, enough or good enough, just put in the comments and I'll finish my answers there for you. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.